Is there a twist after all, having seen the massacre and potentially the architect of our own downfalls, to now back to the fantasy managers and whether we can answer it to the call when it comes to planning for the upcoming blank and double game weeks? Once again, welcome to another edition of the FPL Addicts podcast. Game week 27 this time. This season is flying and we're well and truly entrenched into the final third of the season. Good day to you all, wherever you may be tuning in. Everyone, how are we doing? We are expected to get Marcello slowly slotting his way into the stream in hopefully a few moments' time. But how do we all go in the game week? Well, it's great to see the comments having come in early. Banjo, thank you for tuning in. Did someone not captain Gabriel? Well, he was, by statistics, the most triple captain defender of all time in a double game week. And he only ended on 8 points. And as triple captainers, do you take that? Or do you believe that it was better to wait for a possible better opportunity? Dropping in a fun play this week, Adley. Yes, he looks the pick at the moment. So I know a lot of Bournemouth assets in Hill and Rayan, who's returned in his last 3 game weeks. And are we getting charts? Well, I've got plenty of heart, but it is Marcello with the charts in itself. Another great question in Arsenal. Do they bottle it this season too? Did anyone score more than 75? We'll get into that in just a couple of moments. But what a long-winded game week as well. It having lasted 10 days with Wolves-Arsenal being the midweek match and saving the best for last, looking back on hindsight. Capitulating, having dropped a 2-goal lead, it happening the first time ever where the top side plays the bottom and they lose to that such margin. However, it's been 4 times before where the bottom side have defeated the top side in a Premier League match as well. You got some charts to finish. But hey, without further ado, let's go to our mini league to see what is happening. But before that, something else is happening just behind the scenes. And I did mention this fella. It starts with M, but he's got a lot of meaning about what is going on behind this campaign. An illustrious 5-figure rank at the minute, in which it's just finalising a couple of things on his end. And while he does that, I shall bring the mini league table up. It consisting of 4 people. But now the league is up on standby, we got that. And also, we've got yourself in. Good evening to you. Happy Friday, Marcello.
I'm on mute. Hello, how are you?
No, you're all good. It tends to happen most weeks, not just on you, but happens to the best of us. Let's face it. I'm all right outside of a capitulation on Wednesday, but I know you were full of joy. So how are you?
Yeah, good. FPL's back. It feels like we had a little break sort of with this strange week, but yeah, here we are.
Did you enjoy the break?
Sort of, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, not bad really. Yeah, let's see what we've got in store this week.
Usually when we get favourable fixtures and players associating with that, it usually ends a complete opposite. But we'll go to our mini league and get it out of the way. Coincident game week score of 69 points. So nice. How I ended up, much like we do after this side. Gabriel, I was on. It wasn't 8. It was even worse. It got 7. And I was enjoying those clean sheet points of Arsenal players, which only lasted 25 seconds until Bueno scored. Rice, Semenyo, both with 14 each. Fantastic displays from them. Pedro with a 10-pointer. It kind of looks where the captaincy was a bit of a letdown, albeit having 2 games. But a green arrow, more importantly, and it's just inside the top 500k, and what is proving quite an enduring season. So, yeah, that's how it went.
You didn't triple captain.
I didn't, no.
That's good. Well done.
Bullet dodged for now, but let's go to yours. Did you do it? Oh, he did. 77. However, were you? Yeah, give us your rundown. Do you believe that you were expecting more, or are you content?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I tweeted if you had Gabriel, triple captain, Timber, and Raya, and they kept 2 clean sheets, we would have got 60 more points that game week. So, you've got 5 Arsenal defenders. I only had 4 with Gabriel, triple captain, and Timber. So 4 times 2 is 8 times 6 is it would have been like another 48 points if Arsenal remembered how to keep a clean sheet, but no, they couldn't do that. But it was always a possibility, and yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame, but it feels good that a lot of people seem to have triple captained him. So it must be good for people like you who haven't triple captained yet. You must be delighted. If Haaland gets a double game week and scores a couple goals and you triple captain him, or whoever you triple captain, even in a single game week, you could make up some serious ground. But yeah, it's not just the triple captain. Like, a lot of people triple captained and had good game weeks. A lot of people triple captained and had bad game weeks. Like, I think, my other guys who did well, Semenyo, Rice still did really well. Gahey, nice 7-pointer. Haaland and Bowen, nice 5-pointers. A lot of people had like the rest of their teams blanking, and it's more than just the triple captain. So I think we'll feel the effects of the triple captain not going so well later on in the season, and it's kind of the rest of the team that kind of decided how good this week was. So yeah.
Well,
that's 7 points.
Yeah, it's a decent enough score. You mentioned about Haaland and a double game week, and he's going to be a bit of a talking point when we go through the charts and which players to target, and maybe even later on is where is he the most sustainable than we perceive him out to be at the minute, because he's kind of going at a little slower rate than he usually should do. But FPL hippies in the house, we've got to say hello. I know Marcello's always a big fan of the comments in general, so it's always important to check in. Youngest son, triple captain Madueke for 39 points. That was a great shout, Beth.
Oh my god. Yeah. Laughing there.
Yeah. Big time. Well, that's our wrap up on our pod league. But how ready are you, Marcello, with what to look to when it comes to the fixture difficulty ranking? Is it time, or have I gone maybe a little too early?
No, we can go.
I think we can go, because this is always the bulk of a discussion for each installment. So, all yours.
So yeah, one thing this doesn't show is the blanks, so that's probably quite important. So blank game week 31. Who do we have blanking? Chaza, can you tell me?
Yeah, Arsenal, Manchester. Well, I'm going to go Arsenal Wolves, because those two are definitely blanking because our game's out the way.
Good answer.
Manchester City, Crystal Palace is probably a 10% chance it could go ahead, but you're kind of depending both of them to be knocked out of Europe by then. I think that's correct.
Wouldn't it be funny if that game just stayed in 31? And then,
oh, God,
that's going to be such a plot twist.
Oh, it will be. I mean,
I didn't really consider that so much.
Yeah, sorry, Marcello, just before you go about plot twists. One of the funniest things I saw on your Twitter earlier was you quoting Big John's adaptation when it comes to ordering his Chinese. And your quote, how it mentions, was about managers saying, have a plan, but make sure you change it when you feel it. Is that right?
Yeah, you can't stick to something in FPL. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to take on board new information and be ready to adapt. This is true, isn't it? It's inspirational. I think FPL fella shared it on his page, or he reposted one of the quotes, and I was just like, Wait a minute, we can apply this to FPL because because obviously that's how I think of everything. It's like, how can this help me win FPL?
I just thought that was amazing. So I apologise for butting in there, but yeah, off you go.
But yeah, imagine if you get information that Crystal Palace and Man City are not going to blank in 31. All of a sudden, I don't need any transfers to sort out my bench. Like that's free transfers that I won't need to. I won't need to change it. I won't need to use transfers on, which would be really quite huge. So yeah, one thing I've been looking at, like we mentioned last episode, was what is your team going to look like in 31? How many transfers do you need to save for it? And yeah, that was something that I thought was very interesting. And I mean, Palace drew. So, in Europe, we drew last night. I don't know how we drew to Mostar. But yeah. Didn't Kieran raise the possibility of City Palace game staying on 31? Well, exactly. And if that does happen, then that really does change everything because I've got triple Man City players. I mean, I'm glad I didn't go for any Palace players since we just were terrible against Burnley, and we've got Wolves next, who, just picked up a point against the leaders Arsenal. They'll be coming at us like, oh god, Crystal Palace. I'm worried we're going to get relegated. Do you think Palace can get relegated? I think it's quite worrying.
It is.
I'll show you this one. Here is my fixtures until the end of the season. So in this column here, CK, you've got the FDR. And you can see the best fixtures for the season from 27 to 38 at Arsenal. So you as an Arsenal fan, worried about your league title might be slipping. Well, your fixtures are still quite good. Okay, Man City's fixtures are still good as well. But you've got a bit of an easier run in than Man City. If you could win that game in Gameweek 33 against Man City, I think, the rest of them, hopefully you can do the business. But if you look at Palace, we've got the worst fixtures, and the only thing that might save us is West Ham have even worse fixtures. Hopefully they go down instead of us. So, yeah, it's worrying as a Palace fan, especially, all these players going, injuries. Lacroix might be injured. Who knows if he's going to play tomorrow? Yeah, I don't know if the new manager, if Glasner should go now at this point, we should get someone else in, or if he should stay to the end of the season, even though, Glasner's kind of making excuses. So, but yeah, that's really interesting. And all the doubles in 33 and 34. The good thing about that is we find out by game week 32 who doubles in 34. We will know everything by game week 32. And we will know half of the things by game week 30 deadline, which is the next round of the FA Cup, is between 29 and 30. So the two times we're going to learn stuff are before 30 and before 32, where we actually learn about these doubles. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know what to do now. I'm just saving my transfers. I've put there save free transfers. What have you put? Well, there's a twist to the race. Is that Arsenal race or?
Well, of course, yeah. Well, I mean, even seeing all the memes, like I understand other supporters may perceive it differently, but we've been through this before, so it's just like, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. If you want to put an image of 4 bottles with 4 second places, go ahead. Like, we know it. We've been through it. So it's just, it does my head in, mate. That's what it does. About the Palace situation, because I know you asked me. Yeah, it's very concerning, if I'm going to be honest. At worst, I think you guys can finish 16th. At this stage of the season, I believe that there's 3 worse sides than you guys, and I think your work at you probably just done enough to stay in the league, did the heavy lifting come early in the season when you went on that, was it 19 game unbeaten run in all competitions?
Oh, yeah. God, I remember those days.
And you beat Liverpool too. And I thought, what's happening?
Gosh. Yeah. No, it's crazy how it's changed.
So, yeah. Well, with fixtures in front, you've kind of got half your answers, don't you? But saving 3 chances, it's none the wiser. Let's put it that way. I mean, we've got blanks and doubles coming up. I wanted to ask too. 33 and 34. So I think 34 is perceived to be a blank and 33 being a massive double. Where do you have a preference on where you may possibly put your chips?
Not really, because the more I look into it, the more everything sucks. Like, there's not actually a clear strategy. Like, it's quite frustrating actually. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wildcard 32, I'm gonna bench boost 33, and I'm gonna free hit 34. But then I look into it and it's like, which teams are gonna get to the FA Cup final, semi-final? So if you go by the strongest teams for like 32, 33, they all have terrible fixtures. So like, say it's Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea. Say that they're the 4 semi-finalists. So you're going to wildcard in Chelsea against Man City, Brighton, and Man U. Liverpool v Fulham, Everton, Palace. Okay, not bad. Man City v Chelsea, Arsenal, and Burnley. And Arsenal v Bournemouth, Man City, and Newcastle. Like, they all kind of play the hard teams or play each other, and it just sucks. It's just so bad. Like, it's not good fixtures, and then you're just bringing them in for like the double. If you're like tripling up on these teams or doubling up on these teams, but then they all have hard games. So it's like, I don't know if this is the right thing to do anymore. So if that's going to be the main strategy, I feel like you could potentially be able to beat it. So yeah, I'm just waiting. I just need to see how things land. And yeah, I don't know. I have no answer.
One last thing too. I've noticed that the Burnley home fixtures are now being upgraded to a 1 in the last 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Yes. So there was a FDR change. And we see many. There was quite a few changes. Burnley down to 1, and then loads of like new red fixtures as well. I think it was Chelsea, Villa, Brentford away, and I think Sunderland away are red now. So yeah, I mean, it's good that they update the FDR. People are always telling me, oh, this should be a red, or this team shouldn't be a red fixture. So they kind of updated it. And is there anything there that you kind of disagree with as a fixture? Do you think Burnley deserve to be a 1?
I've looked. So the Liverpool Brentford game 38. I mean, you would think that could easily be a 5 rated, but now it's 4. So the 5's only going to Arsenal and Man City away now, aren't they?
Yes. So if I share this tab instead, here's a summary I made. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can. This is good. No, thank you for this.
Yeah, so here's all the changes from the last one. So Burnley down from 2 to 1. I think that's fair enough. Everton at home, no longer green. It's now a 3. I think that's fair enough. Everton have been a bit good, you know. The defense can kind of be a bit reliable. So which one's got easier? You've got Liverpool home and Bournemouth away. A lot of people are saying Bournemouth away is not a red fixture, so that's kind of fair. Liverpool dropping from a red to a 3, kind of surprising to me, but I guess they haven't been the same as they have been last year, but I think that's a bit harsh on them. And then these ones all got trickier. So Aston Villa, Chelsea, Brentford, Man U, and Sunderland away are all now 4s. And then Man City away is now a dark red 5, as well as Arsenal. I think it's quite good, to be fair. I don't have too many complaints.
That's brilliant. And thank you for posting it too. It's actually really good how everything's all color coordinated and it lists the changes more importantly too, because sometimes you just don't realize them and there's an update that comes through. And just like a big John Chinese order, we've got to be willing to adapt.
Exactly, and that's the new info, so that changes all the predicted points in my model and stuff as well. So
it does. No. Thank you as always for the fixture update. A quick look at the public league where what slowly becoming a part-timer, but Kieran is still up the top with a 24-point lead. Pablo had a big week now, having rose to third spot with huge 84 points. Shane Auld with one in the low 80s too, and a couple of movements in the back half of that top 10 there. Now, I think another big talking point is Chelsea assets. So Cole Palmer, we saw that he scored a hat-trick, clearly. Not long ago, not at home to Leeds, I don't think. But is it time to jump ship from him as the main premium to go for, or is it too soon?
I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I kind of said, oh, it's a bit too risky. We don't know how he's going to play, and he's kind of proven me wrong and said, this is how good I am. And he's come out and, well, he's had a few penalties and he scored his goal. So fair play to anyone that went there. I mean, he's still got the best fixture, which is Burnley at home, which is a 1. So if you're going to bring him in this week and captain him, then yeah, that's probably not the worst idea that I've ever heard. But then the only thing is, after this week, Chelsea's fixtures do get, after this week, they go to the bottom of the fixture chart. So if they can carry that, yeah, exactly. Arsenal away, Villa away, Newcastle home, Everton away, Man City home, even Man U home, up to that is just dreadful. So, if you bought him this week, would you sell him next week? Would you just bench him? Would you play him? Would you still captain him against Arsenal? I don't know what I would do. For me, I like my fixtures to be good for a long time when I bring someone in. And, I'm happy to admit, I missed the boat on him. He had a good fixture run. I went for Enzo. I went for Chalobah. Was thinking about João Pedro. Didn't go for him. And, yeah, I'm not too bothered. People who bought him in. Is he going to keep performing against all those good teams? I mean, it's likely he won't. Of course he could, but I wouldn't want to start him against those teams. So, yeah, fair play to anyone who took the punt on him. He was a high-risk, high-reward player. You knew that he could have that in him. But you knew that, well, you don't know if he's going to play the same as he had last year. And I think the penalties really helped. And I saw he went on holiday to, Dubai or something on the beach. So,
yeah.
Is that his season done now? He's already scored a couple penalties and got a hat-trick. And then now he's back on holiday and shouldn't he be training for the next game against Burnley?
Could well be. I was just thinking, if John's doing a Chinese order, what would the Dubai order be for Cole Palmer while he's away to keep him fit?
Well, that's the thing. If he's eating bao buns, 4 bao buns, and chicken chow mein and sweet and sour chicken, then that's not going to be good for his fitness. But no, he's a quality player, so hopefully he stays fit for the World Cup for England, and he can do it there. But I've always thought of him to be a bit of a stat padder. He always comes and bangs 4 goals in one game against these teams who aren't that great, and then can he turn up against the big teams? Well, probably not. And I've seen rumors that, his friends are saying on Snapchat, how likely is Cole to join Man United? Does he want to move teams? Is there something happening at Chelsea? Is the new manager Liam Rosenior? Maybe he seems to quite like Rosenior though. So Yeah, I don't know. I want to see him like do well. Like if he scores against Arsenal, and then he's got Villa afterwards, then maybe you can like say, okay, this guy's actually turning up now. Let's bring him in for Newcastle at home or Everton away or something. But I don't know. Yeah, no, I haven't once thought about bringing him in now. I've just been like, never thought to bring him in, and I didn't. So yeah. I mean, even João Pedro, like getting those assists. Like, did you see the assist that he got? He's like falling over in the box with like a push from the defender. Like, I can't believe like some of the fouls that he won for Cole Palmer penalties, and then it's really punished you as a rank. So yeah, I'm not too bothered. I probably shouldn't have gone Enzo though. That was probably a mistake because I watched the Napoli game, and then you saw like João Pedro and Palmer do really well in that game, and then I was like, Palmer's actually back. He's fit. This is not going to be good for Enzo. He won't be on pens. He's not the star boy of Chelsea anymore. And then I still bought him. So I kind of regret buying Enzo. Maybe I should have bought João Pedro instead. I wouldn't have ever bought Palmer. But yeah.
Well, that's a headline act on the transfer front, and a really good elaboration from you on those two assets. And with the other 8 that we can see in this frame, are there any particular surprises on where the majority are going in terms of their moves heading into this weekend?
Oh my God, Virgil's a funny one, isn't it? Everyone, I know so many people sold him, and then he's just started scoring again. I just hope that that's going to happen with Timber. Like, I've waited so long for Timber to do something, and he just hasn't done anything. You just know that as soon as everyone starts selling Timber, he's going to do the same as Virgil. But no, Liverpool's fixtures are great now. Like, Forest, West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton. Yeah, look at those fixtures. That's nice. And then even beyond that, Fulham, Everton, Palace. Yeah, that's now is the time to jump on Liverpool. Like Virgil, you've got Wirtz, even Salah, but Salah has Ramadan coming up. I don't know. He seems to have a drop during Ramadan.
About Ramadan, I was looking at a tweet earlier, but like Sir Jim Radcliffe, okay, it must be his favourite time of year because you can just save on not having to purchase canteen meals for players back in the day. What used to be, it was Ahmed and Xerxes.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. Like, you got co-workers at my work fasting. It's like they can't even drink water. So it's like Salah's gonna play and train every day and not drink any water. Like I couldn't. I don't know how they do it. So like you're a professional footballer running like a top athlete game and you can't drink water. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, respect the hustle, man. That's what it's all about. I really
respect it, but I wouldn't go for Salah for that reason. But it would be a great time to get Salah, and the same as Palmer. He's on penalties. He just needs a couple penalties, and some nice fixtures coming up. He could go big Salah, and I think he's being a bit underrated. But there's that added thing, and then they've got Ekatike, Wirtz. Is Gakpo fine? I don't know if I'd go for Gakpo.
Yeah, Gakpo.
It just always seems like when I just sold Ekatike and Wirtz, and I was just always like, is Ekatike actually going to start, or is he going to get benched? Like, he seems to still be kind of wrapped up in cotton wool, like, let's protect his minutes. You don't really want that from an FPL player. You want them playing 90 minutes, like, yeah. Then you've got Hill. Hill and Ryan have just been insane since they kind of came into the scene, and their fixtures are banging. But the thing is, even with these green fixtures coming up, like West Ham, Sunderland, Brentford, Burnley away, yeah, look at his fixtures. Like, okay, those are green fixtures, but it kind of feels like these teams at the end of the table are kind of stepping up a little bit. Like they've got a lot to play for. Every game means so much to them now. It almost feels like it's worth targeting. I don't know, who do we target now? Like everyone's so good. I don't feel comfortable even targeting West Ham anymore, or Sunderland, or okay, Burnley's maybe fine. Wolves, look at Arsenal and Wolves. Like you can't guarantee clean sheets against Wolves anymore. They seem to have just, had a few players come in and like who even scored against Arsenal? Edozie, like we never heard of this guy, and he's come in his first goal ever.
Bueno too, but he's one of four. He's surely one of four Buenos in that starting lineup.
Because like Buenos and Gomez's, half of them are Gomez's, other half are Buenos. It's like, it's hard to keep up with like these changes, and the only thing I am keeping up with is that I don't really know who to target anymore. Like defenders, attackers. I know the fixture difficulty has changed, but I don't know. Like, I guess you have to just trust the fixtures and think, okay, West Ham, Sunderland, Burnley, we're probably going to score more points than playing against Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. But I just feel like I don't know anymore. I feel like it is very hard at the minute.
It is. Quentin, what insights do you have? Great to have your company this morning where you may be, which is somewhere in New South Wales, I can only hope. One of our favourites in coming on. Let us know when you'll be available to come on. I know I saw your message early in the week too, but great points on Hill. Can we touch on Erling Haaland quickly? Because he's the second most...
you've got Haaland, Rice and Enzo. I mean, every my players... I mean, you can't sell Enzo before Burnley. Like, I know Palmer's the star, but some people are like, okay, Enzo's not too bad. He's still getting like 1 point something XG in the games, and he's getting chances, he's creating stuff. He's been a bit unlucky. But yeah, Haaland, okay, Bruno G's injured. Rice, Haaland, Bruno, Rice, Wilson, I've got as well, is dropping in price tonight. Gyökeres, Zeppemendi, Evanilson, Foden, all these players are dropping tonight. So it is tempting to go against Haaland, but I don't think Haaland's fixtures are that bad. Like,
I, in fact, can agree with you. They are really good until...
I think they're really good.
Their next four's great.
I bet people who sold him like a couple weeks ago, you got to be regretting it. Like 5 against Tottenham, Liverpool, he banged, Fulham, another 5. Like, you'll take that. Okay, he's not in the form as his life, but then Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham. That is tasty. Okay, he's blanking in 31, but what to buy Parma and then what? Like, you're using 2 transfers to get rid of Haaland and to go into Parma, and then you're going to use 2 transfers again next week. I don't know. Like, if Salah was like fully banging, not on Ramadan, okay, I understand it more. You could go Salah and Parma, or like, I don't know what people are doing to sell Haaland. Like, which striker you buying? What, João Pedro? They're buying João Pedro. Oh, man.
I'd like to raise a contender, so for butting in. Shuga Ekitike, is it worth going to him or not?
I hated owning him. I mean, yeah, it is a good time to buy him, yes, but would I sell Haaland for him? Probably not. But yeah, it is a good time to buy Ekitike. It is good. Like, the fixtures are there. Are you entertaining Pedro captain? Yeah, captain anyone against Burnley. I'm thinking about Enzo captain against Burnley. Like, you could captain 100% Palmer can be captain. He's on pens. He's fit now. João Pedro, he could be fine. But then Haaland's got Newcastle, so like, Do you just think Man City are not going to beat Newcastle? Do you think it's going to be a low-scoring game? I don't. Do you just think Semenyo is the goal scorer now? So would you rather get in Semenyo and captain him, or do you think Newcastle have got a good defense now? I'm not too sure. But yeah, that Chelsea-Burnley fixture is very tasty. So if you've got Parma, if you've got João Pedro, yeah, definitely think about it.
Is that your standout for weekend? Sure. I reckon there's something else that you might want to mention, or like a game you're looking forward to the most, because there's a bit of animosity in certain matchups.
I'm not sure who you're referring to. I hope it's not Palace, because I don't want to watch Palace against Wolves.
I'll mention one game, North London Derby.
Oh, yes. What's going to happen? New manager bounce? But Tottenham had too many people out.
Boy, where he said, the journalist asked him, Igor, you happy to be at Spurs? And he said, I'm not happy, I'm here to work.
Yeah, I like that answer. Good. I'm not here to enjoy it, I'm here to work. Good.
Yeah. So
he's not going to enjoy managing Tottenham by any means. So he kind of knows what's coming up.
Yeah, that's it. Have you got a game that you're keen on?
Yeah, Man City, Newcastle. I've got Semenyo, Gahey, Haaland.
Yeah.
People are selling Haaland. Be my guest. I'll captain him, and I hope he bangs.
Yeah.
Liverpool Forest is a bit annoying because I've had to get rid of them. Man U Everton. No, that's a bit annoying because I've got Pickford and Bruno. Yeah, Arsenal v Spurs, I guess. I've still got my Arsenal triple up. And like we said, Arsenal blanking in 31. Do I sell Rice or Timber this week? That's what I've been thinking. I don't think I do. I fancy both of them. Like, Rice is fine, as we saw. You know, he's been blanking, and then in a double game week he did all right. And then Timber is just awful. But then who do you go to? Do I really go to Hill for those Bournemouth fixtures? I've got Bowen, so I don't really want to go to Bournemouth defender because I want Bowen to score, and I think they could. Do I go to a Palace defender? No, they're probably blanking 31, and we're awful against every team on the planet. Could go for a second Chelsea defender, but then their fixtures go bad. So I'm not really. Do I go Virgil against Forest? Maybe. I haven't really thought of that. Timber to Virgil.
On Forest, just very quickly, they had a great win, 3-0 against Fenerbahce, which Conte started one of his first few games to the hosts. But also, we haven't mentioned this, Newcastle got a huge 6-1 away win at Karabag. Oh, yeah. Gordon scored 4 goals.
Yeah, I couldn't believe hearing that. That's so funny how bad Gordon's been in Premier League.
Would you like to hear something else funny?
Yes.
I am actually off to a football match. Have I told you?
No.
Well, for the first time in 14 months, and it's 100% legit, I'm off to a game, one of these games this weekend.
Oh. Newcastle, Man City.
No, unfortunately not. It's Sunderland versus Fulham.
Oh, you're going to Sunderland?
Yes, that's it. Catching the train tomorrow. On Monday.
How are you on the train? Isn't that going to take you ages? Don't you live very far away from Sunderland?
Yeah, it'll be a 7-hour train trip tomorrow. So chat, let us know what you reckon. Here for the stick. But yes, we're going.
Maybe I should play my Fulham players then.
Mate, we've got a few decisions to sort out when it comes to our team selection, but I think on the fixture front, that will be curtains for now. But before we get to teams, because that might be the most highly anticipated segment, is there anything on your end, Marcello, you would like to discuss that I may have missed or we may have not mentioned as of yet?
Not really, I don't think. Sounds good.
Cool bananas. Well, you're on standby. You're ready. So off you go. It's great.
I mean, here's my squad. I mean, as much as I don't want to play any of these Arsenal players, you kind of have to put them in. I mean, it looks good on paper. Like Arsenal v Tottenham. Are Tottenham going to score? Probably they will, to be honest. So maybe I do get rid of Timber or do something with him. Triple Man City, I feel very fine about. They can stay there at least till 31. Double Chelsea. Okay, Enzo's not Palmer, but it's still good. Bowen's starting to have a drop in fixtures, but Bournemouth love conceding, so I feel good about Bowen. Bruno plays Pickford, which is a bit annoying, but that could be a 0-0 easily. So I'll take that for Pickford. And then benching Kroupy against West Ham. You know, I've got Kroupy in. As much as I want to play Kroupy against West Ham, I just feel like he's not in my team now to be starting in the 11. Like, he's just a bench guy. So even though I really want to start him for this fixture, even Sunderland next week, I just feel like I don't think there's a need. And they're getting some, like, Tavernier might be back, so he might not even be in the squad, which would be very worrying for my Gameweek 31 plans. And then you've got Wilson and Anderson, so I've decided to bench them because Sunderland are amazing at home. But they could both come away with big hauls against, they're still a promoted team. I don't know, should I be fearing? And then I could play Kelleher against Brighton over Pickford, I guess. What do you think? Who would you put in goal? Kelleher or Pickford this week?
Oh, because Brentford are at home and Everton aren't necessarily away, I reckon Kelleher.
Do you say Everton aren't away?
Yeah, because they have a better side away from home than being at home.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Pickford's my goalkeeper.
Fair. I mean, you do pay that much, so I'd say, yeah, put him in a big game.
I mean, I could play Kelleher next week when they play. Pickford plays Newcastle and against Arsenal. Kelleher will have Burnley, which is a bit of an easier decision, and then Wolves. So that rotates nicely.
Yeah.
But yeah, this week is a bit of a decision. I just feel like both Man U and Brighton can score. I actually trust Brighton to score more, but I don't know if I do. Brighton just seem like a team who, don't really defend. They just always try and score and outscore your players. Whereas, okay, Man U have been a bit better recently, but that I could see that more chance being a 0-0, but it's a bit tough. I am tempted by Kelleher though. And then what about these Fulham guys? Would you bench anyone for those two? Maybe Timber?
How do you sit with double Arsenal defence in a North London derby?
Well, that's what I mean, yeah. Especially with this terrible form and their mood dropping.
I could see Sunderland scoring on Sunday. That's the thing. So you might be okay. I agree with Wilson being benched, considering you have your attacking six, who are hard to argue against, to be fair.
Well, I could do Wilson and Timber.
Actually, that could be a shout, Yeah. But how do you sit with one on field, one on bench?
I don't know. Timber's so annoying. I can't wait to get rid of this guy. He's so expensive. I look at the price. He's literally 6.4. I was thinking, can I get Virgil? Yeah, of course I can. Timber's the most overpriced player in the game. So why not just go to Virgil?
Yeah. I mean,
Timber's blanking and 31 as well.
Does that mean you play four at the back? Yeah, you would.
Well, yeah, then I'll just keep him instead of Virgil, yeah.
That's a good shout, to be fair.
But are people jumping off Arsenal double defence? They probably are.
I think, yeah, it could be the time. I mean, Chelsea at home next week, so it might not get any better.
Is Virgil actually going to keep scoring? And what has he done? Goals scored.
He's been okay.
Clean sheet as well. What did he do here? 0 points against Man City.
Carded.
4 points. I guess he got DEFCON here. 3 goals conceded, 1 goal scored, 9-pointer. 2, 6, 1, 6, 2. I don't know. I don't really like it. Forest, West Ham, Wolves. they can all score against Liverpool. Liverpool aren't like an amazing defense. It's like I still feel like Arsenal can remember how to defend more than Liverpool can. And Timber's due a goal, like it'll just be point chasing, and then
Well, maybe save free transfers, like your subtitle says.
well, yeah, save transfers. Well, I've only got one, but yeah. So yeah, just it's fine, isn't it? It's just not that bad. No one's injured yet. Imagine if I buy Virgil and then he gets injured, and then I have to use another transfer to get him out. Like, or if Krupi's not in the team and I need to get rid of him in game week 31, it's like this is like a luxury transfer. Let's just roll with it. Transfers are getting very important soon, especially with how game week 32 looks so bad and game week 33 looks so bad. You're gonna want to save transfers even if you're wildcard in 32, because yeah, it just doesn't look straightforward. So no luxury transfers allowed. Sorry.
I think because I went on a big resurgence spell from overall rank, 550 to about 100k in the space of 8 weeks. But the start of that came from having 5 free transfers during 6 with a hit, because people were just blanking in a blank game week. Like, that is a brilliant time to use all your free transfers to genuinely salvage your team.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
and I could like get to game week 31 and be like, oh, I wish I sold Timber for Virgil 5 weeks ago. But then I could say, oh, maybe I regret doing that. So it's you don't know either way. Until you know, you don't know.
Lots to think about. Thank you as always for sharing your wisdom as always, and to tune into his final decision. It's tomorrow, prior to the deadline, on X at FPL_Marcello, the place to be. Streets won't forget. What the streets may forget is how garbage this season is going. So we're on a 3-4-3 at the minute. Anton Semenyo captain, because I don't know if I've got the conviction to go to the Norwegian in this one, or do I go João Pedro? But this is how we look with 2 free transfers, that is, and 0.6, I think, in the bank. Or was that 8? 3, in fact.
Oh, I want to captain Semenyo as well. Maybe I should captain Semenyo.
I know that. Got an interesting stat about him shortly in the
Not
next
João
segment.
Pedro. Oh, surely you go João Pedro.
That looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, João Pedro.
You could do any of those 3, which should mean a good game week for you. Mukiele as well. You'll be cheering on Mukiele. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, yeah. Mate, I can't wait just for.
You're benching Saliba. Oh.
Benching Wilson as well, and I'm going to his game. Oh.
Yeah, but then he's playing Mukiele, so that's fine.
That's true. Is it best to go Saliba to Hill, maybe? But it does mean double Bournemouth defence. Or is that too much of a mess?
Well, who have you got for 31? Rice, Gabriel, Semenyo, Haaland. So you've got 5, so you only need to get rid of 2. So
is now the time to get.
Have you got any transfers left?
2.
Just 1. You've got 2. Oh yeah, you could just sort it out now, and then. I mean, I don't know. It seems a bit luxury. And then who you benching for him? Thiago.
I would leave the XI as it is for this week. Yeah.
Huh?
I'd leave the XI as it is. It's just more having that silly, mind-numbing decision.
I mean, you literally got Senesi third bench, so why bring in Hill this week?
Yeah, I know.
When you're not even playing Senesi, like. And then do you even go Hill at all? Like, oh.
Is it worth fielding Cunha, or does Cunha need to go to the bench?
For Wilson?
Yeah.
You just don't know. I just feel like I don't know anymore. I feel like something's changed, and I don't know, good teams are doing well, and Man U are starting to do well, but then they lost or they drew to West Ham. Or Cunha's like, is he even a starter anymore? I guess he starts and then he gets subbed off.
Well, he surfs his way out of it anyways.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I need to like see the next few weeks what happens, but then you've got like Champions League as well starting again, and it's like our team's gonna start to focus on Champions League, or our players gonna get injured. I think players will get injured, and you'll be forced into decisions.
It might actually be worth saving the move after all. Then
that's what I think, because they're going to prioritize Champions League and Europe, and they're also going to prioritize the Premier League, and these players are just going to be overworked. And then the schedule just looks crazy. I mean, it's always crazy, but especially now where it's so important, it's getting to like that Champions League knockout stages. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like when it's not clear what to do, just roll. Just don't waste the luxury transfers, because I think stuff is going to get really difficult in a few weeks.
Yeah, no, that's it. Well, if you guys have just joined us in terms of the audience, we're here to help, but in fairness, in this edition, we can't even help ourselves. How funny.
Well, the help is just save free transfers. I just want it to be the deadline so I don't get tempted into doing anything that I'll regret, and just save your resources, and when things are clearer, you'll know what to do. Like, we don't even know if Man City and Palace are playing in 31. Like, that is such a big thing. Like,
it might be worth just holding on to City assets in general for me.
Well, exactly. And like, they've got good games until then. And even Arsenal, like, okay, it's not the great fixtures, but they're not bad fixtures for you guys.
Well, we're
Timber is bad.
I'd like to present to you a segment which will even make more managers unsure, a component that's already been discussed, it being Captaincy Corner. And we're going to start with Cole Palmer and João Pedro, with both of them being the highest scoring fantasy players in the last 4 game weeks. 40 for Palmer, 34 for Pedro. Burnley have conceded a league high 32 away goals this season. In that run, Palmer scored 3 goals in his 2 matches against the Clarets, head-to-head wise, and Pedro in the last 4 game weeks has managed to score 3 and assist 5, with half of them actually falling onto the turf. Antoine Semenyo, in this spell since having joined from Bournemouth, he's managed to outscore Erling Haaland by 9 points. In addition, Newcastle have only kept 1 clean sheet in their last 10 away matches. Haaland, for the safety and security, 21 points in those last 3 game weeks. But here's an interesting one about Manchester City defenders and why you should field them this weekend. That is because the last time Newcastle scored a goal at the Etihad in a league match was September 2018 in what ended as a 1-1 draw. Who scored that goal that day? DeAndre Yedlin, of all people, a Newcastle fullback. Since then, City have scored 19 goals without reply, going as 5-0, 2-0, 5-0, 2-0, 1-0, 4-0. Like, it could be a massacre in Manchester. Bruno Fernandes, if you want to play the devil's advocate card on Monday night, away at Hill Dickinson Stadium. The Portuguese has just blanked once in his last 6, and in that spell, he's delivered 3 sets of 10-point hauls. Furthermore, he's returning 5 of his 6 visits away to Everton, it having consisted of 4 goals and an assist. Plenty of other good options. Hugo Ekitike, Morgan Rogers, who scored a brace away at Leeds early in the season, and he entertains them come the 3 o'clock blackout slot. Back to the studio, where I'd like to ask my compatriot and my fellow friend, are you confident on who to captain?
Not really, no.
No, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, Palmer, João Pedro, Semenyo, Haaland, Enzo, Bowen. I can even captain Bowen. Yeah, I don't know. It could be any of them. Semenyo feels good though, doesn't he?
It does, yeah. Is Haaland going to get back to life?
I think so. I think he will. Does he usually do well against Newcastle? I feel like
He
that's
has
a high score.
6 appearances, a goal and 2 assists, and who scored a hat trick against them last season and scored early in the season? It was Omar Marmoush.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
How was Newcastle's injury list?
Shall we have a look? While one of us look, I'd like to ask a question. Are yourself going to be back for another weekend? Because I always look forward to it.
Well, it depends if my players score. I hope so.
All right. Newcastle's injury list. What are we saying? What are we thinking? Let's get it up. We should know. Oh, yeah, actually, Guimaraes is actually out till mid-April with a muscle injury. So, as you mentioned, Miley's out till probably next week, late Feb. Botman, Livramento mid-March, a knock early March for Johan Visser. Shares out till mid-April, and Kraft early June. You know what? I just reckon it could be a massacre.
I just don't feel like it's going to be a 0-0 draw. That's the thing.
You think, or you don't believe?
I don't think it will be a 0-0 draw, no.
No, I think Man City are going to have a good day.
Even if they don't, there'll be goals, surely.
Yeah.
Just Newcastle don't seem like a team that keep clean sheets. And Haaland and Semenyo like scoring goals, so. But then you've got Burnley, I'm glad I don't have João Pedro or Palmer, because that just complicates it more. I would target Burnley, I think. If I were you, I'd do João Pedro. I'd do Palmer, then João Pedro, then Semenyo and Haaland about the same level.
Pedro, yeah, I think that does look like a good shout. Well, so much to think about.
Do you think you could captain João Pedro, or
yes, I think that is a possibility.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a possibility to captain him than do a transfer this week.
Chelsea Burnley is a 3 p.m. kickoff, so 1:30 deadline. So you might get some team leaks if someone's not starting, which could help. Man City Newcastle at 8 p.m. Oh, it's going to be a late night.
Yeah.
8 p.m. on Monday. 2 and 4:30. Yeah. I mean, my other transfer that I originally penciled in, who we haven't actually discussed, is Rice to Rodgers.
Oh, now, that is a shout, but I recall a conundrum similar to this a few weeks back where Rice was flagged, ended up starting, and got 18 points.
Yeah. But Rodgers has Leeds, Wolves, West Ham, Sunderland. I don't know. That is what I should do. I think that's the move that I should do. Especially as Rice definitely blanks in 31. And the fixtures are just so nice there for Villa. And, Arsenal's fixtures are a bit grey. But Arsenal, he could do well there. The problem with Rice is he just needs to stop time wasting the ball and put it in the box so Gabriel can header it instead of passing it short to bloody Eze. That annoyed me so much.
In the double game week too.
Huh?
He got 14 points, I think.
Yeah, he did well. Yeah, no, he did well, but should have got more.
Yeah, that is a good shout, yeah.
I don't know why Arsenal are doing that. All that time wasting. Just go and outscore Wolves. You're good enough. Set piece FC. Put the ball in the box. What you do? Like, it's raining. It's windy. Like, what? I just
I saw that fan.
I
My God, that was horrific.
was just so annoyed. So hopefully they learn from their mistakes, and Rice will just kick the ball into the box, and Gabriel will score a header, and Timber will score a half volley, and everything will be good again.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Geez, that was a good addition, wasn't it? How'd you find it?
I'm good. I just want the deadline to pass so I can have 2 transfers, and yeah.
Sweet. Well, to the crew that have tuned in,
Yes,
thank you very much.
guys.
Yeah. Marcello, thank you to you as well for being here. You play such a pivotal role.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, you too. And yeah, good luck for this week.
Marcello's magic words. And oh yeah, actually we got Friday early next week, just one last thing. So back Wednesday or Thursday we will announce in due course, but just sort of put it out there. But yes, Wolves Aston Villa next Friday.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I should buy Rodgers.
Maybe you should. Well, the buying conundrums continue, but this episode doesn't. Until the next edition, all best for Game Week, everyone. And Jack, who's actually having a fly, is probably not eating shit anymore. He is skyrocketing up the ranks. So until next time.